Welcome to the Speak Your Success podcast.
What's going on, successors? Welcome to the Speak Your Success podcast. I'm your host, TEDx speaker and best-selling author Jonathan Jones. And today I want to go ahead and get right into the content for this Monday, motivation. Today I want to talk about how to stand out in a crowd, right? Because oftentimes we can get bunched in. If you're an athlete, people say, oh, they all do this. If you're a speaker, people say, oh, everybody speaks. If you're a fitness instructor, people say, oh, well, yeah, everybody has their own fitness club, or everybody has a private workout, or all of those different things. But today I want to just share with you just 3 quick tips because we're coming off of the TEDx presentation that I just did just this past weekend. And I'm going to make sure that you all have access to that as soon as we get the link. I'm going to be sure to send that out to all the successors on the email list. If you're not on the email list, I just encourage you to go to jonathanjonespeaks.com/subscribe. And I just want to make sure that you get the opportunity to get this content. But today I want to say, how can we stand out in a crowd? The first one I want to just share is just by sharing your story, right? A lot of times people are embarrassed, ashamed, and sometimes people just don't feel like they have a story to share. But when you begin to share your story, then you begin to get connected with other people around you. And they always say that there's strength in numbers, because sometimes there's challenges that each and every one of us can't take on alone. And we're forced to not only suffer in silence, but we're trying to overcome a battle that we can't even attack by ourselves. So we need to call on other people sometimes. The second thing I want to just share with you is learn to celebrate your own small wins. When you don't get to a place where you can celebrate your own small wins, then you can't celebrate other people's small wins. And ultimately in that place, this is when you get to a space of being ungrateful. And you're ungrateful because you're not pleased with any level of success, because you're always looking for the next thing. You're always looking for that next leap, that next jump. And I know personally, because this was my story. And if I'm not careful, this is still my story. Because just being in the place, in the mind state that I'm in, looking around and seeing different things that other people have accomplished in their lives at the same time. Friends are married, others are going on vacations, other people are closing big businesses. I'm like, wait, but I want that. But why can't I get there? So we have to share our story to get connected with other people. We have to understand that strength is in numbers. So we want to begin to serve other people. By serving other people, now we put ourselves in a humble state, in a humble position. And by doing that, now we have no choice, right? Because when you get to the place in where you begin to serve other people, you're forced to make yourself take a back seat to the other individual that you're serving. So I just want to encourage you with those 2 things, but last and certainly not least, because I said share your story, I said serve other people, but lastly, we just have to think truly about what will I leave behind when I'm gone. What are you working on right now that you'll be able to leave behind that will create a legacy for you and for your family? What does that look like? Because some of us are working on some amazing things, but at the same time, if we're not careful and we don't finish that project, we don't walk in that dream, and we don't truly honor the people who came before us, then it'll be just another unfinished product, and then that will leave nothing for the legacy. So I want us to be challenged just in those 3 areas today for this Monday. Motivation. And if you're rocking with us, I would love for you just to use the hashtag SYS podcast and tag us on Instagram, your social, Twitter, wherever. so we can retweet you and we definitely can show love back. And if you really enjoy the content on the show, I would encourage you to subscribe to the podcast on all your major streaming platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, all those amazing platforms. But lastly, just shoot me a message. Just tag me. I love to get connected with you. And if you feel it in your heart, please feel free to leave a 5-star rating and write a review out so I can shout you out. And once again, this is TEDx speaker and best-selling author Jonathan Jones reminding you to speak your success, believe in your greatness, and continue to create the life and business of your dreams. Why would you want to live any other